Donald Trump and the Republican is getting away with, Then put Gillian Maxwell into a power position where she can sit down and make demands, That woman went from looking at 20 years to life. And come to think about it, why is Puff Daddy still in jail? Why is Puff Daddy still in jail? Why isn't Puff Daddy giving bail as yet? Because if Donald Trump and the Republicans and the Gillian Maxwell can be out walking the street freely, why is Puff Daddy still in jail? Why is nobody talking about Puff Daddy? Because some of the major charges that was laid against Puff Daddy he was found not guilty, right? Some of the major charges that was laid against Puff Daddy, he was found not guilty. And he's actually been held on some trump up charges. Charges that basically is coming from the Jim Crow era in America, right? That's some of the charges that Puff Daddy's been held on. It is crazy how like Gillian Maxwell now I make requirements. I say, yeah, me I come talk to Uno. But before me come talk to Uno, what? She's been put in such a power position. It's like, what's going on in America? How can somebody as a Gillian Maxwell being put in a power position where she's saying, because remember, she was tried and convicted. Gillian Maxwell was tried and convicted, right? And she's now put into a power position there where she's saying, look, to the Republican people or the Democratic people, I'm now coming to Congress to talk to you unless my demands has been met. Like, what's going on in America? And in the same breath, Puff Daddy is in prison. It is crazy. It actually puzzles my brain to think a lot of Republicans or a lot of Americans think like that girl, the girl there, Veronica, that's her name, the girl that blow the whistle. A lot of them think that she actually committed suicide, The girl that blow the whistle and the whole Epstein, may her soul rest in peace, That girl did not commit suicide. That girl was murdered. That girl was actually unalive. Right? That Veronica, just to forget her last name. Right? I think that girl was unalive. Because imagine 3 people that can actually bring down a government. 3 persons that can bring down a government. 2 is unalive and 1 is in a position, right, to actually clear Donald Trump. And she's now being emboldened to actually make demands and make requests. It's crazy how 3 people, the key 3 people, and it's like Democratic people, it's like the Democrats cannot connect the dots, right? Because the Republican or the GOP government, the campaign and this conspiracy theories, right? Democrats is eating baby and Obama and the Clinton, a whole Pizzagate, right? This was what stirred a whole emotion and a whole movement in America, right? That some people actually lose them life, right? But it always turns out like what the GOP claim they stand for in America, because America, right, the GOP government, them, like the politicians, them, they are not for abortion, but they got the mistresses who is committing abortion, and it was like, okay, the Democrats are the pedophile in America, or the Democrats is eating babies, and it actually turns out it's the Republican, right? But it is crazy to see how the Republican, maybe because the Republican have a lot of toxic masculinity, and the Democratic people, the people who support Democrat in America, they seems to be a such weak will and don't have no backbone, right? Because even when the facts is staring them in the face, Democrats can't do anything about it. It is crazy to see how, I think one of the leading voice in this whole Epstein file, exposing the pedophile, he's actually showing in the towel now and said, oh, it was actually Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. No, bruv, no. Your campaign on the Epstein file, stay the course. Not because you don't like what the file is proving. Not because you don't like what I don't remember name. I'm rubbish with names, and the names are not relevant to remember. A lot of these, even Joe Rogan nowadays is actually having buyer's remorse because he's a father. He seems to be a man of morality, but he drank the Donald Trump Kool-Aid because, oh, Donald Trump is coming to free up cryptocurrency and he's coming to bring in back the macho-ness in America. It's funny to watch, right? It's funny to watch these people who doesn't have buyer's remorse are twisting and turning and actually watching Donald Trump just programming the brain, right? I remember sitting at my work desk this evening and somebody come up to me and say, "Oh, say I hate cardio D," and I'm like, "No, I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not a computer. You don't program me." It's funny to watch how Donald Trump program his voters are, his supporters are, the people them that benefit from his rubbish. The people them who actually run a podcast, a successful podcast off his rubbish. So now you hear some of them picking up Donald Trump talking point. Oh, the file was put together on Obama watch and it was put together on Comey watch and it was put together. No, it doesn't matter whose watch it was put under. It is very convenient for a sane human being who can actually control it, blessed, who control the thought process. Why is it that three person who could actually convince and bring down the American, let's look at it from a bringing down the American government. Why is it that there's three people or persons who could bring down the American government? Two is dead and one is alive. And it's actually crazy. Ghislaine Maxwell is in such a power position. She's been so emboldened by Donald Trump that she's actually went from feeling like she have no hope. That's why them say enough to give up hope. He who is in prison desire freedom. Ghislaine Maxwell desire freedom, that the universe have no choice. But this is the power of the universe and the power of the subconscious mind and the power of what you call manifestation, because you can use manifestation for good and you can use manifestation for evil. But whatever you use it for, use it. Because Ghislaine Maxwell was looking at 20 years. And all of a sudden she's saying, you know what? It's not looking so bad after all. It doesn't. It is not America have a government that cannot stand, and he's supposed to be the party for children. He's supposed to be the party of Christianity, the party of morality. And they can't look and say, you know what, Ghislaine Maxwell, you are actually a pedophile. You are actually into the trafficking of sex, of children for the gratification. It's like watching Donald Trump saying, Bill Clinton visit the Epstein Island and the person that's in charge of Harvard. This is why I tell you, say, Donald Trump is for Donald Trump. And the mere fact that the files has not been released, he's been seriously implicated. Did anybody miss the other day when Donald Trump said, oh, Bill Clinton is in the file? How come somebody talking about that? Or the guy that run Harvard University, he's actually telling people what's in the file, but he don't want to show you. That's the thing, you know. He's happy to tell you who is in the file, but he's never going to tell you that Donald Trump is in it, or Donald Trump, he's not going to show you. And this is why I like watching news media talking about Donald Trump is trying to change the news cycle. He's saying, oh, you should prison Beyonce, oh, you should prison Oprah, you should prison Barack Obama. It's like this guy, and then when him done now, he traveled to Europe and he pick a fight with the London mayor. He's not even picking fight. He feels like he can operate with impunity. Because God forbid everybody feel like they have to, America have to walk over them because they want access to American market, they want access to American finance. Like the world is just allowing Donald Trump to walk over them because God forbid. That's why the more you have to respect the Castro, the government like the Castro are the Venezuelan government who said to America, no, you're not going to come into our country and tell us how to live and dictate and the world is so quiver when America, like, it's crazy. Now man, some of the views has been filtered out. Why you vex fam, why you vex? They can't make you vex, they can't make them vex, you know. You have to just see them for what it is and call it out. That's what you have to do. Yeah, nowadays we have to get rich off a conspiracy theory too, because a lot of people get rich off of the Donald Trump conspiracy. Oh, we're going to release the Epstein file. And when you go, here is the Epstein file, they're like, oh God, no, we can't release it. So now we know who are free thinkers and rebellious people have to come out and say, we know what's in the file. Because we have studied Donald Trump and Donald Trump is for Donald Trump. And the mere fact that the file has not been released, they won't be released until it is favorable to Donald Trump. These files will not be released until it sends things favorable to Donald Trump. But we know for a fact that, all right, America won. America no want the embarrassment and the stigma to know that they had a president who is involved in certain things. So America is going to clean up for Donald Trump. Ultimately, America is going to be cleaning up for Donald Trump because the Republic must be protected. I like this show where we used to watch called Scandal, you know? And America got people out there who do things for them in the name of the Republic. So do not fool yourself. Nothing will come out that saying Donald Trump was implicated. Then who is supposed to know already know. But the wheels are in motion because America cannot be seen out there to know that ultimately this is who we elected for president. So the Republic, I like how Olivia Pope father used to put it, you know. That's a very good movie. If you never see it, if you want to understand the inner workings of the American government, watch Scandal. Apart from Olivia Pope used to put it on the president as at every given chance you get. It's a very good movie to watch all the talking points. Like if you watch Scandal, if you want to understand American politics, you have to watch Scandal, right? Because you can actually watch it in real time. Even nowadays, you can watch the talking points coming down from the White House because it is America is very orchestrated. America is very much control. This is why America is probably one of the most dangerous places on earth to live. But to the majority, to 99.9% of people, to the human population. If you say to the human population, apart from me, do you want to live in America? They would snap your hand off. Of course, why not? Why wouldn't I not want to live in America? But truth be told, America is one of the most dangerous places on earth. But because it is so much control and orchestrated, it's like when you watch, if you truly want to understand America, you have to watch Scandal. Because even as much as you think it's a TV program, you can see the talking points coming down on a daily basis. The White House, the president, they control what the people talk about. They control what the people see. They drive the news on a daily basis. This is why we love when Pro2J said the media is owned. You have to be careful where you get your news from. And a lot of people is still not waking up to understand that. Whether you're watching Fox or you're watching NBC or whatever, whosoever you're watching, unless you're truly watching an independent media, then you are not getting the facts. And what are the facts? Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted for 20 years. Now she's in a power position that she can make demands. She can say, I'm not coming to speak to you guys until these demands are met. No, and it's crazy. Puff Daddy is still in jail. Jesus Christ. Yo, America, what a country. You couldn't pay me enough. You could not pay me enough to go to America, right? Ghislaine Maxwell is so emboldened. Now that she's saying, I'm not coming to talk to you people until these demands are met. I'm not like, she's now in such a power position. She went from doom and gloom to now in a power position. And Puff Daddy get found not guilty, about a month ago? What Puff Daddy has on him now is nothing more than misdemeanor charges. That's America. That is America. Like a sex trafficker. And not just any sex trafficker. As somebody who traffic children for the rich and the powerful for all over the world seems to be getting treated favorably. Calling the shots. And Puff Daddy. But I guess that's what happened when I see black people 1/5 of a human. Puff Daddy is still sitting in jail. Puff Daddy can't get bail. Even after offering up his property, his private jets, his passport, even it doesn't matter what they want. He's even giving them more than they asked for. And he can't get bail. He cannot. Then you want to come tell me say America is the greatest nation in the world. America is the land of the free and the home of the brave. No, it's not. It is the land of the injustice, the land of the corrupt, the land of the naive, the land of the stupid. That's what it is. You have to tell me, say, you take up somebody, lock him up, and he was proven not guilty by his peers, and he's still in a prison and lesser charges, because God forbid they did not find him guilty and charges that would have locked him up for the rest of his life. Makes you ask, who else is guilty? Who else is in America? Which other black American is actually guilty? It's Donald Trump is threatening to make a big up Ludacris. I've seen Ludacris with his Gabonese passport Black people have to wake up and leave America. Big up Ludacris. I saw Ludacris proudly with his African passport. Donald Trump say want to lock up Beyonce. And the truth now, a lot of people still think Donald Trump joke. Donald Trump said it out his mouth. Nothing Donald Trump said is ever, he mean it. I don't understand why Americans still think Donald Trump joke. He said it out his mouth. A lot of people think Donald Trump make joke when he speak. But I remember watching an interview and he said, no, I don't make joke. I don't make joke. When he said he want to lock up Obama for treason, he's serious. He's serious. When he said he want to lock up Oprah, he's serious. When he said he want to lock up Kamala Harris, he's serious. When he said he want to lock up Beyonce, he is as serious. Donald Trump does not make joke. Donald Trump, white American like to say, oh, he's a wannabe dictator. No, he is a full-fledged dictator. Donald Trump does not make joke. So the black people in America will have wealth and support the Democratic Party. You better find your African heritage and go cool out. You better, this is the black American, them in the America, and feel like it is peace and safety. You better, only one black man probably safe for America, Kanye West. Only one black man probably safe, Kanye West. Donald Trump don't make joke. He does not. And the sooner black people wake up to the realization they're America, the better. Donald Trump said it out his mouth. He does not make joke. Anything Donald Trump said is dead serious. Donald Trump seems to be that person that a lot of people think, oh, he's stupid or no. He's a very, very smart man. But he played the part. He played the part well. Donald Trump played the part of a bumbling idiot. Well, but he's a very smart man. And Donald Trump figure out that people underestimate him when he acts as if he can't. You don't get where you get in life by being stupid. You don't get where Donald Trump is in life by that. And listen to me, you don't get where Donald Trump is. You don't get a fraction. You don't get a fraction of where Donald Trump is. Donald Trump understand the 48 laws of power down to a fine art. You don't get to where Donald Trump is in life by not being smart. So you can sit there, black people in America can sit down and say, oh, Donald Trump, he's a bumbling idiot. No. He speaks the language of 90% of the population. He's done that well. He have spoken the language of 90% of the population. He's using the tactics that's tested and proven. He says shit that he thinks the people want to hear. He acts the fool. He becomes what anybody wants him to be. I'd like to think when he's in the boardroom building his empire, he's a very smart man. I think the last time somebody was swearing for Donald Trump, there's no way Donald Trump could use that word. And then you find the man video using the word and using it in the right context. And you sit there thinking he's stupid. He's got more power than you. I think it was a Tennessee congressman said, no, Donald Trump wouldn't speak like that. He was on video using the word, the phrase, and in the right context. Donald Trump is one of the most intelligent men in America. You don't get where Donald Trump is. You don't get where Donald Trump is in America by not being smart. But that's the beauty of when the opponent underestimate you. That's the beauty. I feel like with everything, a wise man said, change the way how you look at a thing and the thing that you look at will change. I change the way how I look on Donald Trump. Let people ridicule you. Let your opponent underestimate you. That's the lesson. And doesn't matter what you take from Donald Trump presidency or what you take from Donald Trump life. Let his life change the way how you look at him. And the wise man said it. Change the way how you look at a thing and the thing that you look at will change. Donald Trump is a very smart man. He understands that he's speaking your language. When he's in the boardroom, he'll speak a different language. When he's out in the street, he'll speak the language of the persons or the people in the street. Because some people can't adapt. But as a wise man said, the survival of a species does not go to the strongest or the fastest or the fittest. It goes to the one that's most adaptable. And that's what Donald Trump is. He's very, very, very much adaptable. Right? We see people come around him and couldn't adapt and they get swept up by his orbit. We see the Elon Musk come around Donald Trump, could not adapt. We see where his lawyer, what's the guy name that went to prison for him? People commit the same crime as Donald Trump and went to prison. And he has never seen a day in jail. So let this be a lesson. Donald Trump is a very smart man. He's a very intelligent man. Right? But he hacks the part. And that's what happens when people underestimate you. Let your enemies and your opponent underestimate you, because when you find a lot of people underestimate Donald Trump. Oh, he's stupid. Oh, he can't speak. He's a bumbling idiot. No, he's a very smart man. Very smart man. And this is why Charles Darwin, is somebody, an intellect or a scholar, said, the survival of a species does not go to the strongest, the fastest, or the fittest. It goes to the one that's most adaptable. And that's what Donald Trump is, very much adaptable. That's why him can speak here, him can adapt to him crowd over there. He say what he needs to say in this room, and he do what he needs to do in the other room. All right, we're done with the conspiracy. So let it be said, all right? Let it be said. But anyway, we done work. Come for 25 minutes a day. And remember, check out www.topformwear.com, the strong brand for the strong people, all right? We want some free thinkers. We are here for the free thinkers and the free beings. Yeah, we're not here for people or persons who don't want to think for themselves. It is a crazy system we live in, an unfair world, unjust world, right? A world where some people don't want justice. The GOP, they don't want justice. Because if they wanted justice, they would be asking the right question. That's the world we live in. Some people don't want justice, they want an outcome. Because we're living in 2025 where Lady Justice can see now. Lady Justice have got eyes. Remember, they said justice is blind. This was a myth, This is a myth we've been living. Oh, justice is blind. No. Justice have eyes. And this is why the files will never be released. Because the GOP are a huge swear American population. They wanted to see certain names. They wanted to see certain people. But who they were looking to be on the file is not on the file. Who they were looking to see is not on the file. So them have to lift off. That's when the veil, no Lady Justice, no America. America was such a beacon of hope where they say, oh, justice. Gone are the days you could say no one is above the law in America. Even though I don't think there was ever such a time. But no, we're living in 2025 where Lady Justice, they need to recreate Lady Justice and remove the veil from Lady Justice's eye, because 2025, justice have eyes. Justice have eyes. Justice care about color. Justice care about class. Justice care about creed. Because, see, Ghislaine Maxwell is in a power position now. And see, Puff Daddy. When the Puff Daddy actually found not guilty? When? And them sitting down and Puff Daddy. You have to tell me, say, Puff Daddy is a worse human than Ghislaine Maxwell? You have to tell me that Puff Daddy is a worse human than Ghislaine Maxwell? Come on, man. Come on, America. You have to do better. You have to do better. The world is watching, America. The world is watching. You want me to believe, as a free-thinking being, that Puff Daddy is worse than Ghislaine Maxwell? You want me to sit down and believe that? Justice is no longer blind. Justice is no longer blind. Justice can see. That's why America need to wake up. Gone are the days when you could say justice is blind. Justice can see. Justice have 20/20 vision. So when the GOP went in search of evidence to say, oh, the Democrats are Pizzagate and the Democrats are sacrificing babies and the Democrats are pedophile. And no, it is not the Democratic Party. GOP party where 3 people could convict the president and 2 is dead. And you don't tell me that the girl that blew the whistle and the entire operation, she come through so much adversities and take her own life? Are you stupid? That girl did not kill herself. That girl did not kill herself. The Republic must be protected. The Republic must be protected. You don't overcome what you overcome and find meaning and purpose and don't see it through till the end. That girl that blew the whistle at Epstein, she knew that she had to see it through the end. She knew that it was just getting started. But guess what? 2 people was taken out. And we don't have no more good reporters. It's like when you watch CNN or CNBC or NBC, oh, them call the girl named Veronica, oh, she committed suicide. No, she never. She never committed suicide, man. She never. She was taken out. Anyway, peace be in your palace. Wake up. And prosperity in your peace be on the wall and prosperity in your palace. We have a rebel with a cause. I'm here for every rebel with a cause. You hear? No make nobody tell her that the girl committed suicide. May God rest her soul. She started something and they couldn't allow her to see it out. Because the republic must be protected. And that's what they did. By any cost. As they said in Scandal, the republic must be protected. Meaning America and the American government must be protected. Anyway, I gotta go.